It's kind of funky in the winter time too.
And basically go from 6th Street all the way to the gate. Good?
Do the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for being on the TV there and watching us. The mayor's report, I really don't have anything, although I would like to take a moment and thank the Hermann VFW for a very nice memorial service at the cemetery. It was, they did a really good job. The speaker was Angie Debo, Colonel Angie Debo, who grew up here, went to school with my boys, and it just was very nice. It would be nice to get more people to attend that, but that there was a decent crowd there. I just want to thank the VFW. It was a job well done, I thought. So that's all I really have.
That means my turn? All right, thank you.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, the comp plan we had last Tuesday, the element was on housing, and we reviewed results of the public survey that had been circulated by NRPC, and she introduced some interesting stats about how we compare nationally on things like renters versus home ownership and percentage of income spent on housing and things like that. And I do have a little printout if anybody's interested. I can forward that to you. The next meeting, the final meeting, will be on land use, and it will be in June or July. I do not have a date on that yet, but that'll be the final one. And then Anne will work on writing it up. I'm sure she will be reaching back out to P&Z and us here at the office staff and helping nail down some final details on that. An update on our lead service line inventory, the one that we got the 100% grant on. Obviously, they'd already gone around and done all the going inside the houses and checking the line there. The next thing they'll be doing is the external potholing. I believe it's in 3 places on every property, Jesse. And we did get them to confirm that they will start that likely in July. And we'll get some Facebook post or something out like that when we learn a more specific date so that the community knows who these folks are in their yard.
And I believe that it'll only be 2 places on all of the people that responded with the text messages and things to show the inside of the house.
Good, good. So we are continuing to look for and interview candidates for both the building inspector and the city clerk positions. So MML sent out a brief about the legislation that concerns municipalities that failed, and some of those we've talked about. The tax on food failed, but some other things that we were watching that would have impacted us, and Jesse, we had talked about this. There was a bill that would have required cities to pay for the relocation of broadband and telecommunications infrastructures within our own public right-of-way. So that failed. Also, the phasing out of personal property tax. There was a proposal for statewide building codes, failed, and the reduction of the municipal motor fuel tax revenues. So those were some things that I was kind of watching, and those all failed. Got our Myrma invoice for the year. I think I might have mentioned last meeting that it came in a little bit lower than we were expecting, but that was partly due to the fact that we received almost $16,000 in credits. So when I tell you guys every year about our audit score, we've gotten 100% for a number of years in a row, and that results in those credits. So it showed up as this year $16,000 for that good audit. And you all, I don't know if you've had time to digest the SCI engineering survey that we had here on City Hall with all the interior and exterior boring. That's probably something we'll need to talk more about in the future, but I think that the next step, based on their recommendations, one, they want us to continue monitoring the cracks, and they put some little devices on a number of cracks in the building. And they're suggesting a floor slab survey. I do not know exactly what all that entails. I don't know if they can do that for us. I was going to talk to our city engineer about that, but that is one of their next suggestions. They also suggest tree removal of the two beautiful trees over there on that side. He says, or the report says that, well, as we suspected, this area is built on fill, and also there's something they call, which I've never heard of it before, fat clay. Apparently it absorbs a lot of water, and so it'll absorb a lot of water, and then when it dries out, it's causing the building to move. And they say that those large trees out there are contributing to that movement because they're taking so much moisture out of the soil. So that's in the report, but that's one of their suggestions. And they want us to do those things before we consider any more foundation repairs. So anyway, take a look at that, and I'll let you know what I find out about that floor slab survey. And I think that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, move on. We have no public comments. Move on to old business. Wanted to discuss the draft ordinance for the electric utility rates. We went ahead and made an ordinance up, but it's just a draft ordinance. And but that's with the 10% increase. The good thing about the 10% increase is we didn't know about it at the time, but we found out that we were going to be charged, what was it, $72,000?
Based on our rough estimates, $75,000 for the Southwestern Power is going up, yeah.
That was something that we weren't aware of, so the 10% will absorb a lot of that, so that's a good thing. So I don't know if you all have any discussion on that or questions, or just wanted to bring it up again and give you all an opportunity to speak if you wanted to. Nobody?
Are we talking about the draft ordinance that we have here?
Yes, ma'am.
May I speak?
Yes.
Okay, this is my first year as alderman for the city, and I would like to apologize to the citizens for the financial problems the electric department is having. The citizens of Hermann did not create the financial issues confronting the electric department at this time. The electric department financial issues we are dealing with today did not happen overnight. It took several years for the city to get in the situation we are in. So why are we trying to correct our shortage in 1 or 2 years? The Utility Advisory Board recommended 7.5% increase for the 20, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28 fiscal years, and a 3% for the following fiscal years. 14 years ago, I would not have thought about selling our electric system. However, in the condition the electric system is in now, I would strongly consider it. We, and I'm part of it, the city have not been a very good steward of our electric department. The city cannot work on our electric substations. I think we can do minor repairs, and Jesse can correct me if I'm wrong, but major repairs we cannot do, nor can we work on our 69 kV line the city owns because we do not have the equipment, supplies, nor the manpower to do the work. This work needs to be done by contract only. I will not support the 10% kilowatt hour increase in the electric department. I would support a 7.5% kilowatt hour increase this year and a monthly review of the finances for all city utilities. Thank you, Mayor.
No problem. Anybody else have any comments? If not, we will move forward. Under new business, lease for city buyout lot, west one half of lot 28, East 3rd Street.
So this buyout lot, see my memo in here somewhere. Yes. So, the person who was leasing this city-owned flood buyout lot no longer wants to do so. And there is another neighbor, the neighbors of that lot, that is interested in taking over the lease, so to speak. And I just wanted to get, and I think I have a map in there so you can see where that's at. I'm here on the back of the page here on 3rd Street. And so the flood buyout lots, they're those very limited use lots. So you can't build anything on them. You can't pave them. Basically, the surface has to be either grass or gravel. I think the previous lessee was just using it to park some equipment, mowers and things like that. So I basically wanted to know if you were comfortable leasing it to the neighbor who has expressed interest, or if you want me to advertise it publicly.
Do we have to advertise it?
Dave
Do
told
we
me
have to
no.
advertise?
No,
We're not selling it.
it's not
we're
a
just
legal
leasing it.
requirement, right, and it's very unique, and so I'm comfortable advising that you're not required to advertise it. It's really just a, how do you want to go about it decision.
And if the neighbor's going to lease it, I would think they would do a good job of keeping it up.
Yes. It's Mr. Lebrel.
I have no issue with it, I don't know.
And if that's okay, then we would have, for the next meeting, we'd actually have the lease on the agenda to be approved.
Right.
It's just an annual to yearly?
Excuse me?
Yearly, like, I think we,
Yes, I think it's actually like a 5-year lease.
okay.
Anybody have any issues with it?
I'm fine with it.
You need that in a motion then to approve that?
It appears the consensus is to go ahead and draw it up, so just, if we can have it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay. That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to motions. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Invoice for payments, do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll move that we pay the bills.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Appoint Derek Leroy to the Tourism Commission.
Stripman, Drew,
Do what?
you forgot C.
I forgot C. I did forget C. Thank you. Appoint Drew Strutman to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I move to appoint Drew. to the
Thank
planning
you.
zone.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Now we can appoint Derek Leroy to the Tourism Commission. Do I have a motion to approve Derek?
I'll move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewal, Zachary and Ashley McMichael, owner, unoccupied guest house at 108 East 13th Street. I have a motion on that.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Conditional use permit renewals for the outdoor liquor consumption, the Concert Hall Barrel at 201 East First Street, Doxy Slush at 222 East First Street, Zedico at 112 East Fifth Street, and Missouri Trading Post at 413 Market Street. Do I have a motion to approve the renewals?
Don't I get to make a speech or anything?
No, you don't.
Just kidding.
You're good.
Unless you want to. Did you have one prepared?
Oh, yeah.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I mean, you
I'll second.
All in favor, right?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Vehicle for hire license renewal, Wine Country Wagon Rides. I have a motion to approve that.
A question on that.
Yes, sir.
In this application, basically it says same as last year on everything. What was last year's statement?
I can get all that for you. It's, since they're not a vehicle by a traditional sense, it's like their registration doesn't look like a vehicle kind of a thing. It's not like they have a VIN number.
It's the horse and
for it.
buggy.
It's the horse-drawn carriage.
Okay, well,
So-
it's just everything that was listed is checked off and everything says as it was last year.
Yeah,
What was last year?
they're not breaking the mold.
And you haven't had any problems with them, right?
No.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion is made. Do I have a second then?
Second.
All in favor, right?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Hire Anthony Terry and Shiloh Dororico. Dorico, thank you, as Little League umpires, and we need to add Anthony Terry Jr. also for the umpires. Do I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ratify the purchase of the utility truck bed from Nepide for $15,487 for the new 2025 Ford pickup truck. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Ratify the festival event application for Farrell's and Perrell's Information and Donation Stand 137 East First Street, May 17, 2025. A motion to approve that.
I move to approve.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the Hermann Area Chamber of Commerce Freedom Fest 2025 with requested street closures on East Fifth Street from Schiller to Gutenberg along amphitheater fence from 12:30 to 10 p.m. with food trucks staying in place on a closed street area, amphitheater, riverfront with the various streets along the parade route.
Mr. Mayor. Chief, have you and the chamber director settled on if Wharf Street needs to be closed and what time?
Not yet.
So we're here though voting on it. We need to add Wharf Street. We just don't know what times. Do you want to explain why they're requesting Wharf Street closure?
Closing the paths and keep traffic down for pedestrians walking, and we've shut it down in the past, so that limits the amount of vehicles on the streets, so we just shut it down to keep that open for foot traffic and safety issues.
So do you think it'll be a couple hours before the fireworks or will it be after the parade? Do you have any idea?
Usually shut it down probably about 3 or 4, something like that.
Have we done that before?
Yeah,
Okay. So can we add
be in that time frame probably.
Wharf Street in the afternoon to that motion?
Everybody clear on that?
Yep.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Can I ask,
Yes.
are they gonna be moving their food trucks from Gutenberg Street to the riverfront?
The park board, I added in the motion here, the park board had requested that the food trucks stay in place on the closed street area, not to Wharf Street. For safety reasons, they decided that they didn't want it to be moved up there. Per the notes we got.
So they'll stay on Gutenberg
Right.
and
Fifth and
East
East right
Fifth.
down there.
Okay,
So we're approving it with the Wharf Street, adding closures to Wharf Street, time designated. And you're also removing the food trucks, not allowing the food trucks to be moved. Is that my understanding?
that's what I understand.
That's the recommendation of the park board on the food trucks.
And I think they requested 2 officers. And we normally do that with the railroad tracks, right?
I usually stand down there and another officer was there. So there's usually somebody down there, or the car will show anything.
I make a motion with the changes.
All right, motion's been made with the changes. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We have no reports. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.
A reminder, our next meeting is June 2nd,
Our next meeting
budget
is
workshop.
June 2nd, budget workshop.
That's Monday, right?
It's a Monday.